Okay, I just got home from a work function. I hope that's okay. And I'm eating a sandwich. And I was called to record, to do a tarot reading. So here we go. It's not late, but it's late. I got to do my skincare routine. I got to eat my sandwich. But Spirit wants the reading out. So if this reading found you, use your discernment. If it found you, it's probably for you, but just don't make it fit. Okay. The Hanged Man. Yo. Okay, let's start with these two. The Hanged Man and the King of Wands in reverse. The Hanged Man, he looks like he's in reverse, but that's actually the card upright. The Hanged Man talks about, in this energy, surrendering. The King of Wands in reverse talks about somebody rejecting action. Okay, somebody stuck in non-action. I'm not going to expand any further because that's what I feel. Somebody stuck in non-action. Yeah. The Knight of Wands in reverse. Somebody is stuck. Their momentum forward is stalled. Death. It's not because they died, okay? This card is not scary. This card represents death and rebirth. We can be talking about mental habits, emotional habits, a spiritual landscape. Can you tell me more about this stagnancy? Oh, Knight of Pentacles. Interesting. I feel like somebody stalled / stopped action. Somebody intercepted their desire to move forward, to just go, to be brash with their plan forward. Because they felt this death and rebirth coming on. And I think that they've been through a death and a rebirth, which has allowed them to utilize that stagnant momentum which they had to build something more paced, more structured, more strategic. Somebody is building or has been building. I just heard come correct. Something from that energy of come correct. And it's been off the back of this death and rebirth that they've experienced. Yo. Okay. 8 of Wands, which is communication, fast, forward moving action, but now it's upright. And Knight of Cups in reverse. Is that going to focus? So we have this person that had this stagnant momentum, this stagnant action. They wanted to move forward with an offer, I believe, to you. It feels like a masculine energy. And they held back. And I think they held back from out of respect, I heard. I think they held back out of respect because they knew that even though their desire to move forward and to act was so great, I'm just telling you what I hear, you deserved so much more than what they were willing and able to offer you at that particular time. So even though they really had the desire and they really wanted to act and they had all this passion, this wand energy, they stalled, not out of procrastination, but out of the sense that before they constructed a proper offer and they came correct, they had to go through some sort of death and rebirth, whether it be emotional, spiritual, mental. Something in them had to die, something in them had to be reborn in order for them to be able to come forward to you correctly. What I'm being shown is that the emotional, the vulnerable, the romantic, the gentlemanly, the side of them that longs to do the courting and the divinely masculine emotional side is the one that's currently now not yet out of the woodworks, I heard. Okay. The Well in reverse and the Nine of Cups upright. There's this sense of push and pull within them that they know that you are everything that they've ever wanted. You are their wish come true. They know it. On a soul level, they know it. But there's this type of resistance towards manifesting it, towards creating it. And I believe that with the Knight of Cups in reverse, there's this sense of ego at play, which is the factor that is halting them in being able to, in the same way that they developed the action side of them to be more cautious, more strategic, more correct, they are resisting developing the emotional side of them in a same way, and that's where they have the most blocks. You know, we're all blocked, or we all get triggered in a particular area more so than others, and I feel that for this particular masculine, taking action in the physical world, in the materialistic realm, not materialistic, in the material realm, is an area where they're very comfortable. So maybe rebuilding or starting to build their finances, maybe their body, just things that they can control. You know, getting a car, getting themselves set up is something that they've been working on, and that has been quite easy for them in order to start to create this sense of, okay, I can come correct now. And they want to move forward, they want to communicate, but there's this element of their emotional side that's still in resistance. And what that is bringing up in them is this egoic voice of saying, so do you even want it anyway? Why do you want to manifest this person? Why do you want to manifest? There's this push and pull between the ego of saying, do you really want what you think you want? Like, you'll be fine without them, blah, 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 blah. But then there's this deeper sense, this deeper soul energy within them that says, no, that's everything I've ever wanted and more. That's my wish come true. Damn straight. I didn't go to work like this, by the way. Spirit said time to get on and record. I said, okay, but hold my shit. Let me pull my hair up. I want to eat my sandwich. Justice in reverse. This part of them that they're resisting, this vulnerable, romantic, courting side of them, they have so much resistance around that. That's literally the block to being able to bring balance to this connection. Whether you've met them or maybe they've seen you and they're just not coming forward because of this block that they're experiencing. So they've either seen you and they're like, oh my God, I have to get my shit together before I approach. or they've already met you, been through something with you, something has happened, separation has ensued, and they really want to come forward and they want to come correct, but there's something inside of them that's stopping them, and it's the soul saying you can't fully come correct even if you have all your finances in order and whatever. It's almost not even about the finances. Like, don't, there's too much importance that's been placed on the finances. This is about the most important part, which is the opening of the heart, which is the true lesson of this masculine in this lifetime, to open up the heart to truth, to their own truth, to their soul's truth. And that's the only thing that can restore balance. Did I show this card? Justice in reverse. And it's a hard lesson, right? You can be go, 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 go. You can fix your finances and whatever, but you can fix your body. You can get it right, get it tight. But what good is any of that if you're unwilling to open up your heart to the truth within you? It's not easy. Oh my gosh, we've all been vulnerable and then we've been shut down, or we've been vulnerable and people have judged us or mocked us or just maybe accepted us. But then we find out that they've gone and spoken about us behind their backs or whatever, right? We've all been through so much crap as a product or as a result of opening up our heart and being vulnerable, especially growing up and especially with our caregivers, right? It looks different for all of us, but we've all been burnt. So it makes sense that there's resistance around opening the heart. But I feel like this masculine, whoa. I was just about to say, I feel like this masculine that I'm tapping into is hyper-focused on have to build an empire, have to get the bag. And it's almost like they're missing the point. And if you think about true love, true unconditional love, I'm not talking about toxic ride or die. Like I'll ride or die through anything, through disrespect and whatnot. I'm not talking about that, but I'm talking about true unconditional love, really supportive love, really understanding love. It takes two people who, I don't care where you live, I don't care what you look like, I don't care how much money you have in the bank, I don't care if you're unemployed right now, I don't care if you're going through it, I don't care if you're going through a depressive episode. True love doesn't blink in the light of these material circumstances. And as these material circumstances change, the true love that somebody has for you will not change if you have $1 in your savings account or $100 billion in your savings account. And there's an element of this masculine being so hyper-focused on coming correct, and the definition of coming correct being associated with the value, the physical value, maybe in his bank account, or maybe like what car he drives, what kind of body he has, what status Amex card he has, all that stuff, which is such a big thing nowadays. And as I was saying that about this masculine, the 10 of Pentacles came out to confirm that this is the focus of the masculine. 10 of Pentacles, it's like this financial end goal, this financial stability. It's like all consuming for the masculine. And I believe that that tunnel vision is what has him blinded and blocked. It's not necessarily that his ambitions and his drives are negative. They're not. They're amazing qualities, right? You want that in somebody. Or maybe you don't. Maybe you don't care for that. But they're beautiful qualities to have, to be ambitious, to be driven, to want to create a comfortable life, not just for yourself, but for those that you provide for. It's admirable, right? But in the pursuit of that coming correct, as defined by financial stability, it seems that the masculine has almost lost sight of his most important lesson in this lifetime, which is opening up his heart to truth. I can't with spirit. King of Pentacles in reverse. And I heard the collapse. The King of Pentacles upright. So much pentacle focus. The King of Pentacle upright, we're talking about a divine masculine in his financial stability, in his empire, you know, in having built the guardrails around his life where he's comfortable, he's stable, he's a leader, he's able to command, he's able to provide, he's able to protect financially, physically, right? He's come out in reverse as I'm speaking about this tunnel vision of the masculine, I believe to symbolize that the masculine that you're connected to is either right now going through a collapse of that illusion, that to come correct means I have to build an empire, I have to have all this money, I have to have this car, whatever. Or he's about to go through it. The collapse. Oh my gosh. 9 of Wands. This masculine, babe, we like him. He's a fighter. He's determined. He's not somebody that will take a so-so kind of answer or resolution and they're like, oh yeah, that's good enough. No. There's a restlessness in his soul that he has worked his ass off to come correct for you. Yes, in the physical way. Yes, in the way of building his finances, his body, and the physical assets, you know, that he has access to. And because of this collapse that's either started to happen or will start to happen, that determination that led him to build and to come correct is exactly what's going to lead him to seek out why am I blocked? Like, what is this that's blocking me? Why am I still unable to move forward in the way that I want to move forward to get my wish fulfillment? Which is you. Which is you, darling. I'm trying to speak directly into the microphone, but I think my turtleneck is flipping you forward. Ten of Swords in reverse. 3 of Cups in reverse. One more and I'll speak to them. This one. 6 of Wands in reverse. Okay. Your masculine's blocked. 10 of Swords in reverse. He's resisting surrender. 3 of Cups in reverse. He's resisting support. I'm reading this in this sense as from his angelic team. And 6 of Wands in reverse. His victory, the final victory that he wants, is being restricted or, you know, blocked from him, for him, from. Does this have to do with the fact that he still has, let me finish the question and then we'll flip it over. Does this have to do with the fact that he's still resisting opening his heart? 2 of Wands. Can you clarify? Page of Pentacles in reverse. One more. Oh my god, my chewing is probably so annoying in the microphone. The Sun. I feel called to read the Page of Pentacles in reverse from the book. Let's do it together. Okay. Page of Pentacles in reverse. We're talking about ignorance, immaturity, resentment, and frustration. There's like a resentment, a frustration, almost an immaturity as to the journey that your masculine knows that he needs to go on in order to unblock the heart chakra, his truth. I don't think he's going to be able to get away with it. I think that the masculine that you're connected to, you strike me as somebody who's deeply spiritual and, you know, enrolled in Earth school, ready to break through all your lessons, ready to liberate yourself and all your, you know, your lineage. And it seems that the masculine that you're attached to has a very similar contract, and he's not going to be able to get away with resisting the path, the Two of Wands energy. And then we have the Sun, which I'm reading right now as illumination and truth. And it's so bright, he's just not going to be allowed to get away with it. Can you confirm? Why? 10 of Wands, yeah. He's going to be made to carry his shit, deal with his shit, and to keep moving forward on this path towards you. Yeah, Two of Swords in reverse. There's an element of the Sun or that truth that he's been guided, that he's got, that is unavoidable. Like it's going to be made very apparent to him. That's going to clarify to him that he doesn't have multiple options. He doesn't have multiple paths that he can go down. It's just one. It's just you, and it's just open your heart. It's the only way. Like you can't be dilly-dallying anymore. It's time to carry your shit. It's time to come out of resistance. It's time to come out of stillness. It's time to come out of introspection. This masculine seems to me like he spends a lot of time in his mind. Yeah, 5 of Wands in reverse. It's time to come out of that mental conflict that's been consuming him, that's been halting him from, you know, this guy's blocked because there's so much shit that he's dealt with in this lifetime, but also his lineage had to deal with in terms of, I'm hearing masculinity that is very tough to unravel, and he's the first one in his lineage to start to unravel these lessons, right? About what is truth and what is ego. Okay. The Tower. He's coming to, I heard a crash moment where everything's going to be crumbling and crashing down. Because he is determined. His soul, at a deep level, his soul is determined to learn the lessons. And he signed up. He signed up for this. That's why there's a restlessness, there's an urgency within him that it won't allow him to rest. It won't allow him to continue to get away with coping mechanisms, with escaping the path. Whee. The Fool and the Queen of Wands. There seems to be a leap of faith that's been taken towards a feminine that sits in her power. A feminine that's very grounded, also very passionate. 7 of Swords. There's this element of lies, deceits, maybe manipulation that's occurred. This could either be because you're connected to, you know who this person is, and you're in a period of separation, like I mentioned, and they've maybe engaged in lying on manipulation. And it's this sense of, I'm taking a leap of faith. All of this is crashing around me. I'm determined. I know exactly what I need to do, which is open my heart. It's like the last thing that I was trying to avoid, but I had to do it because all the coming correct, getting my bag was not really fixing any kind of issue. And I kind of see that you don't really give a shit about that. The only thing that you care about is my heart. And it's been designed divinely that way. And it's a sense of, okay, if I do that and I open my heart and I lead from truth, that means I have to own up to the mistakes, I have to own up to the lies, and I have to own up to the manipulation that's been at play. If you haven't been previously connected to this masculine, it's an element of the lies that they've told themselves about why are they not taking this leap of faith towards you. This is not going to leave them alone. Spirit's not going to leave them to have an easy life if they don't follow the path that's meant for them, which is to learn the lessons of their heart. Yeah? So a massive leap of faith is needed from the masculines. I feel like I'm talking to feminines who have already taken those leaps of faith with themselves on their own journey, and you're kind of in this spot of ease and peace, and I feel like you're waiting for your masculine to catch up to you in terms of the spiritual journey that you're on, so that physical union can manifest. King of Swords, yeah, that was straight after the Seven of Swords. This feeling of coming out with it, with integrity, speaking truth, maybe a little detached, maybe a little cold. He might be a little rigid in the beginning when he comes out with, why he's lied, what he's lied about, whatever, or maybe being truthful with himself. Why am I lying about this? Why am I pretending I don't want this when I really do? What elements within me are blocking the ability for me to fully surrender into this desire that I have? Why have I always denied the truth in my heart? There's this element of coming out with the truth, and it might be slow and steady at first, but it's rooted in integrity and it's divinely guided. A few more and then we'll close, and then I'll eat my sandwich. Five of Swords. The Empress. This motherfucking man is just consumed with this, not just with you, the Empress. He's just consumed, look at him, with the whole ordeal, this whole journey that he's been on. And he's not as spiritual as you, babe. He's not. So he doesn't understand this to the level of divine masculine, divine feminine, divine union, soul contracts, life lessons, what does it mean, etc. This whole journey that he's been on is consuming him, and it's because of you, but that was divinely designed. I was just about to say, it's not because you're special. Everybody's special. You are special. You are wonderful. But you have to understand that this is contractual. Think about a contract. You signed a contract, you're bound to that contract. This man's soul is bound to you and to the lessons that he needs to untangle prior to being able to enjoy physical union with you. And this, everything that I explained in this reading is everything that's going through this masculine's mind. Every day, I heard. Final card. Any words of wisdom for the feminines? Six of Swords in reverse. Clarify. The Artist in reverse. So I just heard, there's nothing you need to do. You don't need to get in any boat. You don't need to row away. There's no more lessons that you need to learn, feminine. There's no more manifesting work and creation work. And if you're doing any type of like affirmation videos and, more journaling and more scripting and more visualization and more vision, there's not really any more of that you need to do. You can put all of that down. There's no more action that's required from you. No more action that's required from you. Whoa. Okay. Nine of Swords, Judgment in reverse, and the Three of Swords in reverse. There's this sense of, yeah. So for you, feminine, there's a feeling of fear because you have overcome so many lessons and because you have ascended a lot on your spiritual path and you're very aware of these concepts. You're very aware that you're in a divine union journey. There's a lot of fear in your life right now because nothing is moving. Because you're not rowing away from troubled waters. You're just, you don't know what to do. There's nothing happening. There's a kind of stillness in your life. And you feel like you are being blocked from this sense of soul liberation, soul freedom. But what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing in these cards, Nine of Swords, Judgment in reverse, and Three of Swords in reverse, is that this feeling of I'm stuck and I'm afraid is an illusion because you focus on your reality not moving. But what you actually don't understand is that you have healed your heart, Three of Swords in reverse, you have healed your heart through so much work that you've done on yourself. And there needs to be a period of stillness for you to also learn that you don't have to constantly move. You don't have to be the one rowing the boat. You don't have to be the one doing all the doing in order for you to receive what is God made for you. So when I asked for words of wisdom for the feminine, I think the words of wisdom is relax. Can you relax? It's okay that these fears are coming up. It makes sense, you don't see anything happening in your physical reality, but you're not blocked from your liberation. You have done so much work on that heart. You have removed so many thorns from your heart. You have learnt so many lessons. Now is the time to relax. Now is the time to receive. Now is the time to, yeah, okay, cool, nothing's changing in my reality, but look at all these fucking lessons that I learned. Look at all these wounds that I healed. Look at all these ancestral beliefs in me that have been passed down to me that I've completely dissolved, and I've instilled new ones. Like maybe nothing, maybe my man hasn't showed up yet. Maybe I haven't made billions of dollars, whatever it is for you, and maybe everything is physically still in my life, but oh my God, I have done it. I've done so much. The fact that nothing is happening is a good thing. Yes? Always look at whatever is happening as a good thing. It's an opportunity for you to understand stillness, for you to understand rest, for you to understand how to receive. Are you good at resting? Can you sit still? Are you okay with not being the one that takes the action? Are you okay with not being the one that gets to take the credit for being the initiator? Are you comfortable with that? I know I said final card like 45 minutes ago, but I just kept feeling like I wanted to pull. Eight of Cups in reverse. I heard it's the end of walking away. It's the end of trying to walk away from more lessons. It's the end of trying to walk away from more cycles. It's the end of trying to walk away. It's the end of trying to that's a key word. It's the end of trying to let go. You've let go enough, honey. You've probably let go of millions of things, people, places, beliefs, ways of being, acting, behaving. You don't have to let go of anything else. Yeah, Three of Wands in reverse. There's no more journey for you to go on, okay? Listen, all these cards, what they're saying to me is nothing is happening in your reality right now because your masculine is now doing his work, and your job is to see the nothingness that is happening as an opportunity to learn how to rest and receive. There's nothing more to let go of. There's no other journey to go on. Your liberation is not being blocked from you. Your divine union is not being blocked from you. You are in a void. You are in a place of nothingness for a reason. To stabilize yourself, stabilize your expectations. I don't need to do anything else. There's nothing else for me to do. There's nothing else for me to change. There's nothing else for me to walk away from. I'm here. My expectation is that I now rest and I now receive. And I am now comfortable with that. Okay? Very strong, relax message. Final card. Okay. 5 of Cups. Final card now. Queen of Swords, King of Cups. Queen of Swords in reverse. Okay, we're going to end here. 5 of Cups, Queen of Swords in reverse, King of Cups. Whoa, hold on. Okay. I know, trust me, I know that this void that you're in, this nothing is happening, is having you feeling down. Okay, I understand. You've been feeling very down. All your fears have been coming up. Nothing is moving. There's a reason that the Artist card came out in reverse, where I mentioned there's no more manifestation technique that's required from you. It's causing those fears to keep cycling because you're so used to being a master manifester. You're so used to being somebody who can do 1 or 2 techniques and you snap your fingers and you get everything you want because you've come to this place of spiritual magnetism where you've unraveled so many lessons that you have a clean, clear vessel. But right now you're in one of the toughest lessons for you, which is don't do anything, which is learn how to relax, which is stop vision boarding, stop journaling, stop manifesting, stop affirming, stop it. Because the only thing that you're doing is you're perpetuating this narrative inside of you that you don't have it yet and that there's more that you need to do, when the only thing that you need to do is do nothing. And I think that that is your biggest lesson. Can you stop trying to let go? Can you stop trying to move forward? Can you stop trying to find the next destination? Can you stop trying to do another manifesting technique? Can you stop thinking that you're about to go on a new journey? Can you stop? And can you let your man, this was our final card, do the doing, open his heart and come forward to you in the King of Cups energy. Emotionally mature, heart open, in his truth. Queen of Swords in reverse. Queen of Swords, very powerful feminine energy, rooted in truth. Can you put your sword down? Can you put your sword down and let him come to you? Okay. I'm going to leave it there. I'll see you in the next one.